Welcome to the Vexxed Uncensored podcast hosted by me, Saint, and Moe Vader. You'll be listening to us dive into taboo topics, celebrity news, discussing what's got us so vexed this week. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to your favourite podcast. Now let's get into the show. And we are back for another episode of Vexxed Uncensored with me, Saint.
And me, Moe Vader.
How's it going? Happy Jubilee if you're in the UK. Happy Jubilee weekend.
Yes, happy Jubilee weekend. It's been a bit of a pleasure. I mean,
yeah,
you know, we've got the warnings of traffic and cancellations, but things are going smoothly.
London life, it's all happening here, so we got a part with it all. Yeah, I'm not too, I don't really care about it being the Queen's, what is it?
It's her platinum jubilee of being the monarch.
Right.
And her birthday. But I do believe she has like two birthdays. She has her state birthday, and then she has her actual birth date that she was born.
So she has her birthday and then the colony's birthday. Or ex-colony, like Australia. She's still Queen of Australia. What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is going into the grey area.
I don't care about her. I just care about the fact that everyone's got 4-day holiday and everyone gets to just chill out and like relax and have time off work and shit. So
relax and take totes while I take off this smoke.
I almost thought on the way here to record today, I almost thought it would be so noisy and ram-pack and jump-pack, but I don't live too far from central London, but I live far enough away that it was just like everyone had already gone up to west by the time I was travelling.
Yeah.
So it was alright. Quite empty.
I'm actually a social recluse, legendary master. I haven't gone out. Nope,
not having it.
Human interaction. What is this?
Because yesterday would have been calm enough. People would have chosen how to spend their first day off, and it would have been chill. Half go out, half stay in. Most are in the parks because the parks are just like human heads. You don't see no grass. You're just seeing human heads. And half would have stayed in. But Friday, no.
It's not happening. We're going out.
Right, but it's okay.
I'm gonna make it anyway.
Pack your bags up and leave.
Don't you go running. Wait, stop. We'll get a strike. We'll get a strike.
Yeah, just going on YouTube, innit? We are now on YouTube, so go run that up.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Americans love us more than everyone else, so...
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
They love the London ones, but...
A bit of curry sauce.
A bit of curry sauce, a bit of fish and chips.
Fucking British. Down the pub, really.
Down the pub.
Down the fucking... Yeah.
Down the Jubilee pub. But, let's go on.
Oh, my God. Listen, I was the victim of emotional manipulation by a TV program.
A TV... Okay. What
EastEnders.
Oh, see, I ain't watched... Oh, no. I've watched it broken up over the years and I've seen some to know who's in it now, but I ain't seen enough.
I watched the Jubilee special.
Oh, there had to be a Jubilee special.
Oh, my God.
There had to be.
Fucking believe it. Listen, Prince Charles and
He
Camilla,
weren't in it. No, they were not in it.
They were in it.
Shut the fuck up.
They were in it.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Listen, I felt manipulated. I was excited.
Are you telling me they were in it?
They were in it. They pulled.
So I need to go watch that. They're in it.
Yeah, they pulled up to the pub. Like, you could see the way that Prince Charles' voice was edited into the program. Like the way that
they dubbed him.
Yeah, they dubbed him.
They gave him extra special treatment.
Yeah, they dubbed him. It wasn't no clip on microphones. Wow. Project your voice. Be in the moment. No. They dubbed him. They dubbed him. And it's strange that I felt an emotional reaction watching it.
British.
It was like,
British.
Oh shit, like, am I excited? Do I feel like I'm part of history? What's going on?
This is like, because alright, if you're not British, listen, the royal family don't do those things. They do not do those things. They've only just been associated with those kind of things because of the Harry Meghan situation, like Diana and all that. Her shit was charity and being on magazines. Like,
do you know the black? the black girl forced them to be PC and make public.
They had no choice.
Oh my god!
You could go watch Suits or whatever show she was in at the time and see her acting in all these films and all these TV shows and stuff. So it's quite like lowbrow for the royal family. But look, they're following like Harry and Meghan are having to pay for their lives, so they're having to do commercial shit. Mm-hmm. But you're telling me Prince Charles and they're not married, his mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles.
The Duchess. The Duchess.
Have you watched Spencer, the film?
Maybe. It's a 50-50.
Yeah, it came out 6 months ago maybe, and it's about Diana. Yeah. But it's called it's just a fantasy, so they call it a fantasy. But what it is you know the Panic Room. Do you know the film Panic Room?
Yeah.
So the one who was younger, who turned out to be in Twilight, the main girl in Twilight, is her playing Diana.
Okay.
And it plays from her perspective at Christmas, going to Christmas with the Queen and all of them one Christmas. Mm-hmm. And shows, obviously we know she had like bulimia and stuff, so it shows her in the fridge at night, like what she would have went through most likely.
Yeah.
Very good. I was like quite surprised. But yeah, it's like Prince Charles and what's her name, Camilla. Yeah. It's distasteful highly. Yeah. If you think of old kings, like he's gonna be king.
Was he piping it in the back of the Maybach?
Yeah, like he was in love with Camilla, but still married Diana and all of that because she's an aristocrat. She's related to Churchill and her family dispensers are old.
It's her birthright.
It's her birthright, yeah. Prearranged.
Sometimes you got to do it for Queen and Country.
Henry VIII, sorry, she's related to also.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She's and Earl Spencer is their thing. So she grew up on the Queen's property.
What, without actually being the Queen's child? Because
it's so big.
Yeah.
Their property is like it's land upon land, rolling hills of land, and her house. Big land, their own like land on the Queen's, the Crown owned property. So random how all that works.
Do you get shot? Like if you're just strolling around, like just
you can't get in. Only if you're letting us at a certain part most likely, and then you get to roam if you've got permission to be there. But other than that,
Okay.
I assume there's plenty of dead bodies scattered.
You can't say that.
Allegedly scattered across.
You can't park that there.
The Crown property, but who knows? That's just a murder mystery talk.
Yeah, that's all conspiracy.
Yeah.
So
I need to watch EastEnders then. Yeah.
It's no major story plot or anything. It's just like, oh my god, they pull up. And they talk to the actors obviously, and then the actors portray like, oh Martin, I work the market store. Like, I'm the veg stand.
They did a tour.
Yeah.
Oh, of Wolford.
Yeah. They used drones to record shots.
What?
It caught me by surprise. Like, I thought that I was that much detached from the events of society, but it rustled up a bit of emotional reaction. Maybe it's displaced. Maybe it was because of just watching it and nostalgia. Knowing that we are actually living through history. As much as we may or may not leave an imprint, we're experiencing history and happening.
Yeah.
Not just because of the Jubilee.
Yeah.
But just life events in general.
Yeah. If you grew up here, it's just a very unique experience, I guess. But yeah, we should get into hot topics as we do every episode. And who should start off? Me? Yes. Randomized hot topics.
Do you want to go high or low?
Low. I want to go high. Let's start the show off on a high.
There we go.
Right. So, okay, we're starting off on a high, and we are going to be talking about Obi-Wan, the new Star Trek. Sorry. Oh, Cardinal Sin.
Oh my God.
Cardinal Sin. The new
Reddit is going to go crazy over this.
Star Wars series on Disney Plus, and it's finally out.
Yes, it is. Now, I personally have only watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay, I've seen 3 now.
You've seen 3. Okay, so I can only comment on the first 2 episodes, and I will say, my resonance to what I've seen reminds me of when I first watched A New Hope, and my opinion of Obi-Wan has shifted again to one of disregard and disrespect.
Oh my God.
Frankly, the same cowardly and I don't want to say the you know the word, but you know the association that Family Guy makes to Chris and the gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah, that persona is being portrayed again, and I get it. Okay, there was Order 66. It was real traumatic for you, but
of course.
You are a Jedi Master.
You're a fucking Jedi.
Or at least a Jedi Knight, one of the two, but come on. Coward.
Right, before we go any further, spoiler alert, so we're going to give you a 5-second warning to get the fuck out of here or to skip forward because we want you to stay. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, we are here into the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi review. So, let's start off by you need to go and rewatch The Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
because that is where it like continues off from. And I rewatched that. I rewatched Attack of the Clones as well over the last few days, and while doing other things, so I need to actually watch them, like pay attention. But yeah, it gave me that kind of continuation vibe. So I like the way Disney have done that.
Yeah, and
because Ewan McGregor isn't that old in the face now, and they can do things anyway. It's not too bad at all. So yeah, what do you remember from the first episode? Right.
So there's the intro, the catch up part, and then of course I tend to go through cycles of watching the same shows and movies over and over again.
Yeah, favourites.
Yeah, very rarely do I actually bring in something new that I'll put it into the rotation.
Yeah.
So I remember Revenge of the Sith. I've got the high ground, Anakin, and
I just remember Anakin bunning up in that lava.
Yeah,
and Obi-Wan just like shit.
Obi-Wan's like this motherfucker. He dead.
He better die.
He dead, y'all.
If
dead.
He comes back.
Yeah, but obviously.
But that moment, I know we're jumping for a second. We'll come back. But like that moment where Obi-Wan gets told that Anakin's alive. And then he's in the ship for a moment and he searches with the Force just to see, because he's assumed he's dead, so he probably hasn't like felt him out, and he feels him, and then Anakin's in a tank and he opens his eyes and like like bitch, what?
Obi-Wan looked like he shit himself. It was like no.
Anakin.
I must know someone that felt that way.
Yeah.
Because,
you're still alive after everything I've done.
You should not.
But yeah, jumping back to the beginning. So, how did you feel? I know what you're angry about. And this is when I lost all respect for Obi-Wan, okay? And this is when a Jedi found his way into the desert.
Yeah.
And he's about the town. He gets caught out. Then he's in a cafe in it, and he gets caught out because he saved someone. Because the Inquisitors are there.
Yeah.
Who do we love them or do we not? Even though we're not meant to love them.
Well, the thing with the Inquisitorius is that they reflect today's society.
Yeah.
They reflect the duality of pay. I guess pay and morals and pay.
Yes.
And most, if not a majority, are fallen Jedis, and there is those exclusive few that are Force sensitive.
Right.
The upper echelons are entirely made of fallen Jedis.
Yes.
So these are individuals hunting their own.
Yeah.
For their personal gain.
How satisfying is it just to see Force wielding people in hordes, like even if they're evil Jedis with their like red lightsabers, just to see there's loads of them, and you can like walk past the Jedi. Do you know what I mean? They're still around because of the time period that we're watching it in.
Well, we've got to be careful because they're not Jedis.
No, obviously.
The Inquisitorius are. They're not quite Sith.
No. But their alignment is where their alignment is, whether it's pay-based or survival-based, or they're just nasty people. Suits the job.
One big old piece of dirty blood clot.
And that girl, she is ruthless.
Yeah, that she is. That she is. She set the trap.
Yeah,
she set that trap. And wow. Do you know what? Let's not spoil it. Let's give him another week.
What about Anakin's kids?
Oh, Leia. Now,
little rascal.
I will say, I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
And okay, it's admirable. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock it. But hopefully, maybe next episode or in the coming episodes, we're gonna see something from Luke as well. Yeah. But as it stands, yes, good, very good world.
Because Luke, I mean, Obi-Wan's had to leave his eye off of Luke for a minute for Leia, and she's the star.
Oh, is she?
100%. She's a star. She's the Grogu of this season with a little ladybug droid, and she's the star. 100%. She's a little actress. She's amazing. She could be on Disney like a Disney show. So that's what I see. We'll see if that's true or not. But
I wonder how close they're going to stick to the storyline that Darth Maul isn't actually dead and he comes back with his legs and Obi-Wan should defeat him again. But if Vader is hunting Obi-Wan, then surely the season should end with, a showdown between them. Yeah. Before, no way will it time skip to A New Hope and show Obi-Wan.
Well, how far are we going in this? Do you think it's going to be 8 episodes?
It's 6 so far. It's showing up as 6 episodes.
Fuck's sake! So
no way are they going to do a 20-year time.
All right,
skip.
That's my complaint. I've got a complaint. It's that your episodes, your season lengths, Disney Plus, are too fucking short. They're too. We need 8 at least. A typical series is like 13 at the most. Like that's what you should give. And I get the production. I get it's like movies every episode. I get it. That it's like, Star Wars franchise and all these things and Marvel. But seriously, we've only got 3 episodes left. Are you for real right now?
Yeah.
I've had to wait how long for this shit?
About 9 months, 10 months.
But it's like Moon Knight. That was cool. If you like Egyptian shit, then that's cool, whatever. But it's like, you only got action, maybe. It was too like, I don't know.
Was it too close to drama?
They were trying to build out the world too much of this one Moon Knight's like reality, and I feel like there should have been more combat, more Moon Knight shit. Moon Knight should have been doing Moon Knight more than the guy who's Moon Knight. And the way it ended, even it was just a bit like, all right, we know you're going to continue on, but what? It was just rushed.
I tell you what, this is the second week that you've reminded me this, so I will watch Moon Knight.
Tell me it's worth watching.
I'll literally
the actor who plays him is sick. He's been in Star Wars movies.
Has he?
The newer ones.
Okay.
He's the pilot, Italian.
Oh,
yeah. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah,
amazing. It starts off with Moon Knight. The character, I'll just say British, but then it switches. So I won't say no more. But yeah, it's like amazing. He's amazing.
All right then, I'm definitely gonna give that a watch.
Yeah.
Yes, Obi-Wan, Star Wars. We love it.
Yeah, we're waiting for more. So, She-Hulk is the new series after, and Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go the opposite way.
Cool.
You started high, so I'm going to go low.
Go low.
And let's have a look. See what have I got. Right. Costa Blanca. Woman attacked by a wild boar. So a Costa Blancan woman has been attacked by a wild boar on the beach, and obviously the videos have made it onto social media. And I don't know if you've had a look for it for yourself, but I had a good 3 giggles off it.
That was just the photo of the video was so funny because it's like this whole packed out beach and this woman is getting like out of nowhere attacked by a whole wild boar. Massive, yeah. So obviously, it happened on a beach. Disorientated animal rushed out of the sea as lifeguard sounded the alarm and attacked the female pensioner. She was an older lady.
No.
Yeah, older lady. The animal had been spotted in the water by boat crews who alerted lifeguards on the beach, and it headed for dry land looking for something to nibble.
Yeah.
And it found it.
Squeak.
Yeah. Tourists running, screaming, taking for cover. The towels are all over the beach. It was a hot mess, and the poor thing got away.
Poor thing. What? So were they supposed to barbecue that on the beach? Like,
that's what people do out there. If there's wild boars, they're for hunting. If people are hungry, they're gonna go and jack up one boar. So I favour the ribs. I really favour the ribs.
Dude,
I've only had wild boar once or twice, and it was alright. It was like a jerky and nicer pork. Yeah.
That shit was delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Delicioso. But the boar had a bit of fun, and he's off, mate.
Yeah.
Someone's going to catch him and eat him later.
Of course. I do hope that,
Oh, Pete will be on us.
Don't say their name.
Peter, block out Peter.
Peter, Pum Pum Eater had a wife and couldn't please her. Yeah. None. That's too many Peters right there.
There's too many Peter them. But no, I think that was the funniest bit of news I've heard all week. But yes, let's move on to a new topic. Let's see what this is.
Do you know what? That awkward silence, it was, I needed to pass a lighter over, and the logistics of it right now.
Yeah.
It's been a good night.
Trying to give you a good show, guys. Trying to give you a good show. But yes, so the next hot topic is an innocent man jailed for 20 years. He was in jail for 32 years, and he said, I'm innocent. And evidence was knowingly left in cold storage for the whole entire time. And his name is John Kamara.
Oh, shit.
And that was in the UK in 1981, I believe.
So, basically, as far back as 1981, that is 1990, 2000, 2010, 2020. That's 40 years.
Yeah.
So he has done 40 years out of a life sentence from, I guess, a poor management of justice or prejudice, perhaps. And imagine what is currently happening right now. Not to take away from what happened to him, but what is happening throughout the whole system as the system progresses. And it's alarming and worrying that this can happen. There actually isn't any remittance. There isn't any real retribution. Okay, fine, there may be some form of compensation.
They just let him go.
Yeah, but off you pop. You've spent 40 years. In the 1980s, there wasn't smartphones, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't the digital revolution.
Yeah, alibis are really hard to prove.
Yeah. And how on earth is he supposed to adapt to the world out here if he was, likelihood is he was drip-drapped a bit of the updates of technologies.
Television.
In there. Television. Radio, phones.
Imagination. Imagination.
Not to take away from your pain. Imagination. Yeah, but no, come on, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, Raymond Gilbert was another man who was convicted alongside him, and he's like, I'm sure, mate or whatever. They're both mixed race men. When we say mixed race in the UK, mixed race means black and white. So 2 black and white mixed men, and they've come out as old men now.
Oh my goodness.
When they're in jail, they've got to keep themselves alive. They're pretty much like eat, work out, wank, and shower, read, work. That's it. A bit like outside life, but
I'll tell you what, that's my life right now.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's fucked up. And racism was obviously rife in the 80s.
Yeah. My
dad went through the same thing. I'm sure your dad went through the same thing if it was in the UK or Europe around it, these ways. And
do you know what? I'm going to have to update later on another show because if I recall correctly, in the 80s, my dad wasn't in this hemisphere of the world.
Got you. He hadn't reached up even.
Yeah,
but your dad might be younger than mine, so
it's been a long road.
Yeah,
without you, my friend. I'm sure I've chopped it up.
My dad lived through the 70s. No, mate, yeah, 70s, 80s onwards.
Okay.
Late 60s, like, yeah. A lot of N-words. We'll just say that.
And bugs all over the place.
Yeah. A lot of trouble.
You, the dogs, and the ones that, you know, the ones that rhyme with cherish.
Yeah.
You're not coming in here.
And my mum got a lot of packies thrown at her. So, yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't want to continue into.
Oh yes,
into the next.
Don't worry, you're in safe hands, people.
You're in safe hands. Don't worry.
Yes, you don't have to run scared with your white tears. It's your white tears are safe with us.
They're safe. Collect them into a little bottle and
yes,
and
send them to the email.
3K.
Just drip them into the speaker box. You'll be fine.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so. I'm not going to say the C word because obviously every episode is popping up.
Yeah, we don't want that disclaimers over our shit no more.
Yeah. No. Have you heard about the airports?
Oh, mate. See, I got a bit excited now knowing that the C word is imagination. You know, and we're over the hill, as you know, Boris Johnson will say. So anyway, I got excited thinking, where am I going?
Yeah.
Where am I going? But I don't want to go nowhere because the airports are like just halls of people. People are getting out. They're doing their thing. They're like, haha. And everyone else is stuck at the airports, twiddling around for several hours, cancel flights, all sorts of stuff. Them changing the C word rules because on certain flights, because he's just come from somewhere who's, listen... Yeah. There's no organisation.
It's chaos.
Yeah, it's beyond.
Do you know what? One of the observations I made was the layoffs. So, I'll be honest. This is perception based. I don't know statistics,
right.
But the perception is that the layoffs of staff, there was no anticipation for.
Oh, how much people? What? That's dumb. They can't get away with that. No.
Yeah, I think a lot. Do you know what? I would have to update.
Are they stupid?
I'd have to update.
I worked as head of marketing for a tourism company, and guess what? Tourism is so up and down that when you get any little bit of anticipation of anything in like a 6 weeks period, you're on it. You got to sell tickets. You got to sell this. You got to do that. Yeah. Airlines are so desperate, like you would never know, but they really always are. And trust me, they know. They're anticipating always a year ahead. What's the summer like? What's the forecast? What's the gossip? What's the government saying here, there, everywhere? They're always on the phone. That's their job. Trust me, everyone knew about it. What they're saying is we can't get him in and out enough because the government isn't alleviating as much shit as they're saying they are. Like, it's still hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of countries don't care about I'm trying to remix it. Some Vesuviuses. If you get
inclination,
if you get an inclination, then okay, you can go anywhere. But if you ain't got one, a lot of people didn't want one. And at the end of the day, a lot of countries are like, we don't care. Just have a test, and if you're good, 72 hours before you can come in. But it's the airports that and all the they're just, I don't know, they're just taking a piss.
Yeah,
wasted money. For a lot of people, wasted time.
But all of that extra money is revenue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's bureaucratic fees and confirmations of tests. Lest we forget the fallen fathers. We are doomed to repeat the mistakes,
mate. It's like, but even all the London airports, everyone's been trying to get out for this Jubilee, whatever. You either realised a bit like me a week ago that there's like a big weekend, or you've known because you know you're British and you pay attention. But everyone's trying to get out of London because they're like, shit, we don't want to be here and it's all busy and tourism and shit. People coming in. All celebrities are here right now. Kim Kardashian, fucking Pete Davidson, fucking everyone's here in London at the moment. So
yeah, do you know what? My only remark regarding Pete Davidson is chin up, love.
Big Meat Pete.
Yeah, big.
They call him
Big Meat Pete.
She said on her TV show, yeah, this is verbatim. Yeah, unless they sue our asses right now. Okay, she said she did the show SNL with him. They kissed in a scene.
Yeah.
She said after that she was basically DTF.
Mm-hmm.
This was verbatim what she said. She was DTF.
Yeah.
She heard about that BDE. And I'm thinking, okay, you're clearly saying this because your kids sometimes watch these shows. Do you think they don't know what BDE and DTF means?
So I know what DTF means.
Down to fuck.
Yeah, and then
BDE, big dick energy.
Okay. I didn't know what the E was at the end.
And she just said it plain on her show. Yep, she said yep.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's worked out for her.
Yeah, because I mean, here's what's odd to me, and now this has come up. This is what's odd to me. See, Minavna Pitney, but wow! Listen, here's what happened. Okay, very briefly.
Yeah.
Kanye said, "This man that you're dating ain't seen my children because I don't want them to see you.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to see no man that you're with, and that's the rule. That's the one rule. Keep it. Yeah."
Yeah.
And he's keeping that rule for her.
Okay.
So Pete knows this.
Yeah.
And they've basically been going back and forth and talking and all of this. And do you know what Pete's done? He's been pictured with Kanye's daughter in the golf cart with him. He's now got all of Kanye's kids' names tattooed on his neck.
Really?
In real life.
Okay. You know what, yeah.
And I think it's because Kanye did that music video. I haven't even seen the music video to this day where he kills Pete in the video.
I understand.
It's pretty iconic.
I really do understand the sentiment. To be fair with you, this is going to touch onto a bit of a soft spot for me, a bit of a sore spot.
Yeah.
And I understand and have experienced Kanye's experience of life, love, separation, and family. And frankly, I get it. It's a tough one. It is a tough one to process. Process the rejection, process the adjustments.
Why are you getting my infant children's names tattooed on your neck when I don't know you? She's been fucking you for all ex-wife, whatever. I've been fucking you for all of 5 minutes. Like, what is wrong with you?
This is the thing, though. Life is subjective.
That shows mental instability or just very conniving nature character. I don't want you. It means I'm right. I don't want you around my kids. It means I'm right.
Yeah, but what?
And I ain't even got no kids. See how passionate? I can't
There's
do.
There's two parts to it. There's what one part wants. There's what another part wants.
Yeah.
And the wants of both parties cannot be assured. So
Kim needs her head checked.
I mean, I'm in no position because
go to a real doctor, not just one who pumps your bum apart.
Frankly, my mind must be a wildlife park and a zoo. So I don't know. I can't comment on anyone else's heads, but I can say that at the very least, I do understand when you want to put in place certain safeguards because you do know what risks are out there.
Plus, you want to keep a good relationship with the mother or father of your kids to an extent that you have to, in the sense that he bought a house across the street from her. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's not possible.
You know,
that.
No, it's a working effort. I'm sure.
Not even working efforts. It's not possible. that is Hollywood. That's Hollywood.
That's movie.
Yeah, that's movies. Like
R&B songs.
A separation is akin to a death in the family.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go in that direction of the grim stories of Billy and Mandy. Please don't strike us.
We got so off topic. But yeah, these innocent men, did we even finish talking about them? But yeah, no, that happened in the UK and that was obviously gross and should be acknowledged as like a really big fuck up.
Yeah.
For the HM prison service and so forth, and they should be held accountable.
The whole justice system.
But that's never going to happen.
It's not. I mean,
there
was an incident in Elton that shaped British society, and those gentlemen are out and about. To this day, there's people saying, telling anecdotes of, I went to secondary school with them. They were all right, but you didn't want to mess with them. And then other people with other recollections of them. But yeah, fuck them. The justice system is the justice.
Good luck, fellas. They're out, so good luck. Enjoy.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So you just had that last one. So I've just got one left.
Yeah, I've got one after you, I think.
And hey, we got good news. Okay. Guys. We got good news. So, in the case that everyone has been following in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, Johnny Depp has been awarded his $15 million.
Million squillions. Good old Johnny has won his case.
I bet you them left and right hooks he took to the face are worth it now, innit?
Like,
what,
come on.
7 to 8 hit combo, 15 million.
He lost a bit of his finger. I mean, that counts, doesn't it? Some of those audio calls, that she made to him were rough. Like, what? And when you see it in the courtroom, just blatantly like lying, it's just like, oh, what am I watching? I'm not surprised he got that much like money, but he sued her for 100, so she got away with 15.
Yeah,
it's a bit like fucking, I don't know, one of them things. You go higher, but hey, you settle low. I don't know.
Go high,
the judge made the decision. She's not 100 million deep rich anyway.
Yeah,
it was just to say, bitch, I'm coming for you. You know.
Yeah, well, there is always different outcomes for different, contenders within the justice system.
And I think he just wanted to make up some of the money he lost from Disney.
Yeah.
So,
do you know what? He lost a bit of a finger, but I have a look at that. I've recently cut my nails, and I do believe I've cut them well enough that it shouldn't cause any issues when it comes to the old. Could you just confirm that for us?
Yeah.
Just so that everybody knows.
Yes, just so he has his disclaimer.
Lovely. So, I was going to give it the old... And, yeah. Well done, Johnny Depp.
Well done, Johnny.
Apparently, it's not even apparently. In passing, I saw something that suggested that Johnny Depp was having relations with his defense team.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He was
relations.
He was piping his attorney.
But are you allowed to do that? I'm not familiar with.
You're not allowed to do that.
I mean, it's a lawyer.
You're not allowed to do that by practice, but you would be a special kind of useless to admit to.
Wait, they admitted it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No one admitted it. This is all alleged.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have won otherwise, I'm sure. But why didn't Amber's team clock onto that? Because you're dumb for not clocking onto that, dummies.
Well, I only saw the thumbnail after the decision was found.
Yeah.
And I think it's based off of body language, comments and observations from what has happened in the courtroom.
Yeah.
So likelihood is it's alleged and it's implicated. It's not factual, confirmed or fact.
Yeah.
Well, why did I just... I shouldn't have just said factual and or fact. That's poor grammar. And we don't practice that over here.
Common folk.
We don't do them thing there. Make sure you don't do it again.
But 15 million, I mean, that's his mortgage payment probably for like, I don't know. No, he probably owns everything. Didn't he? He has an island. He has an island.
He's got an island.
He's
an island boy.
He's an island boy. Yeah, he has an island, so I'm sure he owns all his properties. Surely.
The properties then. I've run out. I've got no more.
Oh,
all I can really say is well done to Johnny Depp's team.
Because she's a conniving cow.
They're gonna make big bucks. Do you reckon she actually did take coke in the courtroom?
Why not? She looked wired. Every day, like looking around the courtroom with her. I don't know. It's just weird. She weren't normal. She was on something, I'd say.
We'll probably update this. I'll send you the video, but there's a video of her, like she has a napkin rolled up in her sleeve. She pulls the napkin out. She cups something within the napkin, and then she puts the napkin to her nose, sniffs it in, and
wow.
I mean,
comes up more awake than she was before.
Plausible deniability. I wasn't there.
It's baby powder. Baby powder.
Could have been, Yeah, some baby powder.
Yeah, some protein shake.
Pro plus, straight to the brain.
Some Xanax, mashed up. Who knows? But I mean, they'd have to prove that and swab her nose and shit. They're not going to do all that. They just noticed.
I just got to take the edge off, baby.
Just going to take the edge out. But she has all those things where she literally believes she can. She can fool anyone. She thinks in her head she can fool anyone at any time, and she's not very good at it. So, okay, no, person to person in the street or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure it'd be good. I'm sure she's alright at that, but no. But next topic is Boris Johnson.
Oh, Boris
and his Jubilee nightmare.
Right. So, what did our lovable fuck up do?
So there's a service in Westminster Church. Obviously, if you're British, you know that. And yeah, so they go and do that. They celebrate the Queen, and so forth. They should be celebrating Jesus, but anyway. So just making a note. But anyway, he gets booed when he's doing his speech because his speech had an ironic Bible verse about like humility and like honesty and integrity, everything he doesn't have.
Mm-hmm. Boris came out saying
at the pew.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me have a flashback.
At the pew.
No, I can't even talk about pew. But pew really fucking put me through. Anyway, pew. Pampana, please don't strike this.
YouTube.
Yeah, Boris.
That's not the toilet, that's Coke. Not cocaine, that's Coca-Cola.
Not the cocaine, man. It's
Coca-Cola. ASMR.
It's the season to What, it's 7 months away from Christmas now, isn't it?
Oh, don't do that. It's only just been it, innit?
Yeah, no, but
that rhymed.
We're in that, we're in that category of life. Where
oh shit, yeah, it is halfway in it.
Yeah, we're in that category of life where a year feels like 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not rushing to the next category, but
I've forgotten what age I am now.
I remember.
Yeah. Who cares? Old enough not to care no more. Don't matter. I'm over 18. That's what I'm at.
Yeah, man.
Even though I constantly get fucking ID'd as if I'm not. That's ridiculous. No one looks that young at this age. So, get some eyeglasses, please.
I tend to avoid maintaining a constant facial groomed appearance because the moment that this little bum fluff is
when I'm in the house, mate, I don't shave. I'm just my hair that ain't comb. It's just chilling lifestyle.
I have digressed.
But yeah, Boris Johnson is just one of those people that thinks that he can get on a pew in the church and talk about all these things that everyone should have and celebrating as if like he or the British establishment or the Queen have any of those in their character. Mm-hmm. That's why he was booed in a church on Jubilee weekend in front of everyone and the Queen. And that is just like, honestly, the vibe of the British, the machine, the system, whatever you want to call it. That's just how it is. Mm-hmm. They project something onto us. We either have it or don't have it. And then it gets wiped under the carpet a few minutes later. That's how the monarchy is, like having a monarchy, because they're running shit whether you vote them in or not. She's Queen whether you vote a new prime minister in or not. So we don't. Monarchies aren't seen as dictatorships, but regardless of if you have a monarch, you are in a dictatorship.
Yeah,
it's just one that validate how there's a lot of movement and freedom within that, compared to other countries. So that's all.
Do you know what?
That's why I don't vote, will not vote. No one ever will convince me to vote. Period. Not interested. When I can vote in a new king, then that's fine.
You'll never vote in a new king.
Never. And even if I could, I wouldn't do it.
Prince Charles. King Charles. It'll be King Charles IV.
Soon, yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah, all the procedures are in place for her to croak. So
I don't want my queen to die.
It's foreseen.
My queen.
Well, you're French. She ain't even your queen.
She's my queen, man. Shit, that's my queen.
The queen.
I've only got one queen,
and her name's Lizzie.
That's Lizzie. I saw her face on the 5s. The 10s, the 20s, the 50s.
I saw her in person, yeah. And I'm not bragging, I don't give a fuck. But twice.
Really?
So the school I went to, when there was a thing, you know, when they drove through Catford, they were doing a thing. This was like when we were about 10.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
You got to be careful about locations and names of locations.
Yeah, but they took us there and it was all boarded out and everything or whatever, and they put our school in the front because we're a Christian school. So they put us in the front, Church of England, put us in the front, and basically what they did is they slowed down in a certain zone and was going like snail pace so they could wave at the children, shake hands with children, and we were right in the front, so shook hands with them and looked at them. Yeah. And then one of my family members worked for the British government, and there's a thing that she does every year called the Troop in the Colour. It's the Queen's birthday. Yeah. And it's a private thing in the foreign of like the, you know, parades called Horse Guards Parade. Yeah. And had a overlooking whatever they call it, a balcony.
Okay.
And then when she comes down the hallway, like as you're there, as you're being held to go to the next point or whatever, she does a walkthrough or whatever.
Is it true that they have to lay down on the ground? Like,
no.
If the Queen comes by, you got to lay
There's
down.
a whole parade thing, horse guard, and they're shooting things, and there's all these like things, spectacle that you have to witness in her honour. But that was interesting, yeah. But yeah,
I'm going to buy myself a position.
I didn't see any scales on her. Or is it tail? But I weren't, you know, up her ass.
Yeah, man. I'm going to buy myself a royal title somewhere around the world.
Oh, you can, yeah.
I'm going to become a royal.
A lord.
A lord? Is that as high as I can go, a lord?
A lord, yes.
What atrocities do I have to commit to become royalty?
To become a baron.
A baron? No,
to become a baron, you have to own like a village. And then if you own enough land and you own enough within a certain place, they have to fucking give you a baronship, because it's like they want to be able to talk to you. You're a part of like you're a major landowner, and you know that shit.
I want a nation. I want 2 nations.
Yeah.
I want 2 nations, and
in which country?
I'm gonna need to be the king.
Oh, the king.
You know, they need to come for the crown.
An island, just get an island. You can do that. Get enough people on there. Convince enough people.
Yeah, come to my
to
island.
Live there.
Come to my island. It's lit.
Call it what you want. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the world will be like, we have to recognise you as a country so we can regulate what you're doing. And then you become a king.
King Vader.
That's what Epstein was doing. It came out, innit? That's what he's doing. Yeah.
I'm not going for the same principle.
Yeah.
I am not.
Terramar, they were calling it.
Oh, Terramar. Ooh.
And I floating. So he was getting people inseminated with his junk. And
that's incest.
It's disgusting. But
is that overlapping incest? Is it eugenics? What is that?
It's just odd. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's odd, but what is odd is that although we are magnificent, stupendous, brilliant and shining, we still have to pay bills like everybody else.
Yes, we do. So stick around. Thanks for coming back. Here in a minute. Here at Vexxed Uncensored, we strive to be our best selves, whatever that means for us. So we couldn't be happier to partner up with medical tourism company Pure Ada. They provide a variety of healthcare services, from everything including eye care, gastric band surgery, stem cell therapy, hair transplants, and a wide range of specialist treatments, all taken care of in the best clinics and hospitals Turkey has to offer. They have many insurance options to find the best fit for you, and to find out more, either contact us on social media or head over to pureada.co. Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Saint.
And Moe Vader.
We are back in the house for the Vex segment, which is our favourite part of the show, and this is where we just go at it to talk about what's pissed us off this week. If you're not from Caribbean Afro descent, you wouldn't know what Vex means. But
I guess antagonize.
Yeah, if you feel antagonised and you feel like you need to get something off your chest, this is the place to do it. If you ever have a Vex moment of your own, go to our Spotify and put your Vex moment down there on the track, or you can email smglabel@gmail.com. Who's starting off with a Vexed moment then?
I'll start off.
Cool.
It's a bit of a two-part
complex.
Yes, but the main body of it remains, on the same topic, and it's professional and personal boundaries.
Okay.
And your professional and personal worth. Now, why they're intertwined is I've recently experienced being relegated from what would be perceived as the A team, the day shift team, you know, the 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. staff, come in, get all the results, keyword sessions.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah. And I've been relegated to night staff. Now, night staff, you're not paid for every hour that you're there and on shift. You're paid a flat rate. What occurs on that flat rate is it's your business unless you can prove that you were disturbed throughout the night. You had to do a waking night. You've got to jump through hoops and explain why you should be paid your hourly
How would
rate.
you explain that?
Usually, if there's anything to do with hospitals, police, and
something
kind of
extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you cover, say, key working session topics with a service user after 11 p.m, then you're not going to be paid, because at 11 p.m. you should be, you know, saying, hey, up into your room, mate, because these are the sleeping times.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't particularly say that I'm a night staff candidate.
Right.
So the skills and the knowledge of the work that I've built up along the way has and is formally mostly based in being day staff, a key worker. And
that's all you know, kind of. Not all you know, but
it's all I know, because I mean, night staff, you go in and you may have some responsibilities, but the main bulk of your work is sweep, mop, empty bins, and that's it.
Caretake.
Yeah, you're a caretaker, and there's no shame in it. But
someone's got to look after the people who can't look after themselves.
Yeah, and there's been a series of events. Some are performance based, and some are based in my private life.
Right.
That have probably contributed towards my relegation. There's a certain inconvenience that employers don't like having imposed on them, or being aware of. I'm not going to go into details of that inconvenience, because obviously it's
not.
Yeah, it's not entirely just about me.
Right.
And
got to be careful on the podcast host, being a podcast host. You can't talk about all your business, because then you're talking about everyone else's business. Yeah,
and I protect my own. Whether I've got battles and I've got problems with my own, that's the battles that I've got with my own. That's true. That's a battle of you know, like Obi-Wan and Yoda on Dagobah. I have to do battle with my own self to get to a good place, and that's fine. I'm good with that. Yeah. Now, that is, you know, the professional aspect of things. And then in terms of the personal, interpersonal and so forth, boundaries, my God. Establishing boundaries and ensuring that there is a clear playing field is so important.
Yeah, hard to do.
It is, and I know, myself included, I really enjoy when a relationship kind of strikes off like wildfire and you become the super best of friends, speak every 20 minutes, text messages, all of that. Yeah. But it is overwhelming and not manageable. Yeah. You know, it shines too bright and it burns.
You can't be everyone's best friend.
You can't. It's
a full-time job.
Absolutely.
It's the reason I only keep like a good few like close contacts, because I don't want to be bothered by everyone's business every day all the time. 10 people, imagine 10, 20 people on texting every day to keep up with all of their business and all of their birthdays and all of their listen.
It's not manageable.
That's an acquaintance.
It's not manageable. It absolutely
those people like will maybe invite you somewhere or knock up with you every now and then, but they're not bothering you every motherfucking day.
It's true.
Some people can do that, but not me.
Me, I can't do that. I need to focus when it's time. When it's time to hit them targets and hit them goals, I got to be able to focus.
Straight up.
And if I can't focus, then good luck, everybody. I'm a special kind of useless when I'm out of my element.
Forget about it.
So I did manage to knock through mine quite briefly. It's not a big deal.
I mean, It's one of the things, especially with boundaries, it's just difficult to maintain in your daily life, even with friends and family, let alone your work people and the people you may have to be forced to work with. It's just, I don't know, like you either learn it when you're a kid or you have to force yourself into it as an adult, I guess. And
I've got to admit, I am a serial line stepper. I'm a piss taker. I'm a comedian. I'm a class clown.
Yeah, but you are a comedian, so you can get away with more. I
push the boundaries, but I have to say it really is a battle for me to observe boundaries.
Let's push back.
Yeah, because usually I like to just, let's see how far this could go. Let's really run its track.
Yeah, but then everyone feels comfortable with you to a point where it's unhealthy, because it's like, mate, I don't even know you that well.
Yeah, and then there's trespasses. But that's, in brief, it's not even in brief, we really covered it. This is something that I really battled and toiled with over the last month. Had it just going on in the background, but the personal aspect of it, I had it going on in the background. The professional aspect of my Vexxed is that this has all happened in the space of the last 2 weeks, and I'm thankful that I was able to adapt quickly to it, and just be like, I've made no losses, I can
recover, bounce back,
meet my responsibilities, get it done,
get that money,
get that money, we get that money, everybody getting that money, we happy. Man,
if you're getting paid and me getting paid, then what's the problem?
No problem. There's no problem.
You're not allowed to have a problem.
No, you're not. You're eating.
Got bills to pay.
Good.
Got tax bills and shit. Motherfucking tax. Motherfucking tax. Listen, don't come for me, tax office, but you motherfucking bitches. You
can't do Ben Chod.
Yeah, you're just too much to be on, so we'll leave that for another episode.
Maybe like 3 or 4 years in.
Maybe on the OnlyFans page it will go on where it's secret and you've got to pay to hear our real toxic thoughts, but
full force.
Full uncensored. You never know what could be coming. But I do have a Vexxed moment today. I have a couple, I think. And first of all, no offense to us, but listen, I'm sure we have a variety of people listening to our podcast. The statistics show 14 countries or more. So at the end of the day, we know a variety of shades and colours of people with a variety of backgrounds. And when they see the word uncensored, they're either a person who's attracted to the thought of that, or there's someone who isn't. So hopefully there's people who aren't too sensitive listening to us every single week. However, this is no specific offence to white people, but at the end of the day, this is a bracket of behaviour that I've personally observed several times within this cast, okay? I am a mixed race person myself. I've had experiences inside and outside of so many different, places, white places, black places, all sorts of places. Anyway, so where I'm living at the moment, it's in a part of London that's southwest London, okay? Yeah. Not known to be the cleanest part of London. And at the end of the day, there are people who have bought up places and are not from the area. They'd have no connection. They're from an upper echelon. So what I've witnessed is in the bedroom there's a window that is very hot at the moment. So sometimes, you have to open up the window full. Yeah. And as you look over the roof of your building, there's an alleyway, and then there's a building there. And on the top of this corner of this building, there's a balcony, and it's all cut off and carved out.
So hold on, just for building the world. Yeah. When you look out of the window and you see the alleyway there, is it to the left of the window or to the right?
To the left.
To the left.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm seeing the whole other building on the right. Yeah. So it's a clear split, 2 separate buildings, right? Yeah. And then you've got the balcony there that leads up, and there's another below them, another flat front door. And this alleyway is actually their private alleyway, I guess, for the residents. And I think down below there's a door into a part of a building, their building. So there's maybe 3 within this. And there's a gate that I'm sure you must have to press something or have a key to get into. Yeah. So it's an alleyway that's reserved for their entrance. Anyway, they have just pure, very posh people living in this alleyway. Mm-hmm. Specifically white. And when you open the window, and there's obviously there are fire exit stairs that you see, metal fire exit stairs going up to let them go to their parts. It's just they'll stand out, they'll talk all the time, you hear nothing but their conversations. So I've observed on the top part there's a couple, early 30s, both white. Look, I've met plenty of posh people in my life, What I can't deal with, right, and what I've observed is obviously acknowledging when you speak to a posh person, they're posh in person, but when you think about their private time, they're always posh also in their private time.
Ooh, they're the real ones.
So when they're in this alleyway, they think no one can hear them, no one can hear, like, no, if there's an open window, they're that ignorant enough to assume that the sound doesn't travel past the relegation in which they can observe that it travels, and they just do what they want. So you can imagine all sorts of language that they use, or just ignorant language, but what I've acknowledged is they just seem to have this overbearing thing of looking down on everything. Look, they'll walk into the alleyway, oh my goodness, doesn't this alleyway just stink of cat piss today? Oh my god. And it's just rained, mind. It's an alleyway in southwest London that you've bought. Just because it's gentrified does not mean that the world suddenly clips into being a beautifully clean street just because you've bought the house.
What's the likelihood of all of the neighbourhood cats deciding
they do.
This is the alleyway that we are
they
going
do,
to piss
and the foxes too, because it's a motherfucking alleyway. And if they have a gate on the front, just like when I lived, it's in a similar thing in Peckham, you'd walk out onto people who've been drunk on the street. If you didn't walk out to a person, you walked out to like puddles of shit and piss and beer bottles.
Lovely.
Because it's Peckham High Street. You have to put up with these things, but they just think that everything has to be just to their liking, to their perception. It just has to be perfect all the time. Even when they're talking to each other, so funnily hearing like disrespectful language but in such a posh accent, it's unbelievable. And then you can understand how they get away with so much. But here's what's happened recently. Someone's moved into the flat below, and they're an older couple, extremely posh. So early morning, about 6:30, 7 in the morning the other day, I was woken up to their meeting, the conversation of them meeting, the upstairs meeting, the downstairs. Yeah. Because they've just moved in or whatever. Oh. Hi, I'm Annie. Hi, Annie.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Barbara. This is John. You know, all of that. Yeah. So it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, right? I didn't close my window, it's hot. Anyway, are you happy with your ring? Oh goodness, yes, no, we did have one, but you know, it wasn't very good. And I'm like, oh my god. And then they're talking about, oh yes, whoever moved out below before you, well, I think they stole a bin, which is quite interesting.
They stole a
like
bin.
They're so shady in the way they talk about things, right? Who moved out below them was an Italian family.
Yeah.
Who lived there apparently, to my knowledge, for years.
Yeah.
In this conversation, I've learned that the people who live above have owned their home here for a year.
Okay.
They're boyfriend and girlfriend, they're not even married or engaged or anything. Probably went to the same college and were brought up with the similar families and but Italian family were living there before, like whatever, just you never spoke to them for the whole year that you've lived there, so you're very condescending about this ethnic family that lives below you and all of this. And like what I've clocked is maybe the downstairs have actually rented from that Italian family, and they most likely own that home, because I've heard since that like the Italian the geezer there and like showing them around and shit, or just making sure things are all right. So how funny that condescending racist fucking attitude, even though if they're Italians, they still like actually have, if you're Sicilian, some black heritage and shit, and all sorts of stuff. So you know, it depends where you're from, but they were full Italian, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Always smoking Italian. Okay. Only the little babies would they come break into English sometimes, but that's it. Yeah. And it was like, how disgusting. Do you know what I mean? And then,
you know, I've never understood. Okay,
no, it's white on white crime, but it's like,
oh my god, that's
it's still like,
that's the worst kind of crime out there.
Yeah,
because there's victims on both parts.
And I'm sure if you're Italian, you've come up like from Italy and you live in this country, you don't even speak English at home, like all of that. I'm sure you feel like an outsider. If you're darker tanned or whatever, you look Italian, then I'm sure you feel like not English person.
Have you met the British?
Exactly.
Listen, someone that an Italian individual could point the finger at and say, you are a minority.
A minority.
Will be able to verbally make an Italian person feel more black. Make them feel black.
Make them feel black.
Yeah, like you don't even compute the situation. Like, hang on, have I been reverse racist? Goodness me.
Like, how did that work?
Yeah.
But anyway, like, so this new couple, here's what they've been doing as majority, been pissing me off.
Yeah.
Every morning at 6, 7 in the morning, here's what they did the first morning that they lived there. Mm-hmm. This woman come out in a full white gown from head to toe, like she's just come out of her C-word laboratory, and she's taking a power sander to start sanding down the metal fire exit staircase that exists outside of this building.
in this alleyway.
So she's sanding metal at 7 a.m.
And the whole of this area can hear everything. Mind you, there's a family that live above, an Asian family that have small children, and their windows are bound to be open as well, because I hear the kids screaming. And then it's like, are you for real now? Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, for hours, yeah? One is the morning. Even if you wanted to do that, wait until the afternoon. But two, why are you sanding down a fucking staircase that has been there for probably fucking 30 years? Do you know what I mean? It's got nothing to, you've got to walk up it and go in your yard. You don't even have to look at the shit. And you think it has to be that fucking convenient. And I don't think they bought this home, they're renting it. And you think it has to be so pleasant, like, the staircase is not good enough, so I have to disturb everybody at 6-7 a.m. for like 2 days straight by power sanding this motherfucking staircase. It's a metal staircase.
Yeah. If it's your world and you've got to make it as ever been evidenced, here it is.
And you've got to hear the posh ass voices chatting shit constantly. And then what they've been doing for the last 2 days is, on the bedroom side of the wall, must be on to their kitchen or the front room or whatever. They've been drilling into the wall directly for 2 days straight.
Oh, so they're putting up some cabinets, some TV stands,
maybe something.
A whole new kitchen.
Like, and I'm literally here like, are you fucking for real? Like, to the point where I thought they were going to come through the wall because it was that close that it was like, maybe motherfucking drill.
Maybe they need a certain type of kitchen, and that's not the kitchen that they've got.
Kitchen, yeah.
Yeah.
They're standing outside talking about gutters. They've got a whole man there standing there talking about gutters, and it's like, they're not even your gutters. Like, leave them alone. Fuck off, mind your business. You got nothing else to do every day but count your money and be a cunt.
Do you know what? At the beginning of that, I was concerned that perhaps the Egyptian family had lost the property, or like the mortgage.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Because
I thought they just fucked off.
That big C word is a problem.
It's London, isn't it?
All of us. It is. To be fair with you, the exodus is current and it's happening. Most Londoners are being priced out of London.
Yeah, for real.
And I mean,
because that's bound to be expensive with 2-bedroom flats or whatever expensive. Here's another thing that I'm complaining about this week, is because it's London. So moving back to London, it's like, how funny how, I mean, I didn't live in London for almost a decade. I lived in England at some points during that time, but it wasn't London. And like, how things can change in London overnight is one thing, 10 years is almost another. The thing that's just so predominantly worse and just a piss take is housing, is renting, private renting. It's fucking just terrible. Like, landlords don't want to fix shit. They want to take your money. They want to get you in it as fast as possible, leave you there. It doesn't matter if you're being disturbed. It doesn't matter if there's noise problems in the place. It doesn't matter if nothing works properly. They don't give a fuck. They're charging you up the money. If you don't pay the rent, then you're fucking like, if you complain, then the council want to make out like, oh, if we have to get involved because your landlord's corrupt or dodgy, they have to make you feel like you have to provide all the time. You have to be there for appointments, to show them fucking this and that. You have to catch people in the time when they're making a noise. Then you have to think about like, what is it about renting and the price? And if you haven't paid your rent because you're complaining, you don't want to pay this landlord, then they think they can take you to court. Yeah. So it's like this whole thing where it's just disgusting. And I've experienced it with multiple places. Not only that, here's another thing: sound issues in London when you're private renting or wherever.
Yeah,
they're packing places on top of each other. They're building onto alleyways in all these different places to a point where if you look out your window, you're looking onto like 3 front doors. It makes no sense when you're on the second floor of a fucking high street building, and like there should be nothing behind there but a garden maybe, but there's a whole motherfucking building, another right there, and you should just have an empty alleyway causing space. No one should be able to be entering on this side. It's an alleyway. It should be on the front side. But no, because that was converted barns and shit. But they're like, oh, it's just a nightmare. It's just
insult to injury. Earlier on this week, I read an article that said that there's up to 87,000 properties left empty, where they're whether they're storage, they're shells, whatever they are.
Money park. Yeah. Park their money in it and just leave it there empty.
Yeah.
They're so rich that they have to rent it. It's a hassle renting to people.
Yeah, literally just
it's like buying art.
Dormant assets.
Most of skyscrapers buildings, you think people living in? No, they're not.
It's just empty
apartments. It's insane. It's just like a bank basically.
There's like 3 or 4 hotels operating on each floor.
Yeah,
a restaurant, and then there you go. The rest
10 floors of nothing, and then people do live on it, but right at the top. And there's most likely 5 apartments because they all wanted the penthouse own their own, and the money they're renting or charging for that one penthouse could pay for the whole fucking building. You don't need to rent the rest out.
I see.
You just have the Arab people, whoever's got the most money, the Chinese, to buy an empty apartment or several to keep your money in that country.
That's one of the hot list words you just dropped there.
Yeah. You know how it is.
You only get one an episode. Only get
You
one.
only get one. That's my shot fired. But yeah, I think. Oh, here's another little story that I've got, and it is Vexxed segment, and I'll tell you why. So this is months ago. I was in Peckham. I went to Burger King in Peckham. Yeah, shout 'em out, because it was disgusting to walk into. I thought, for fuck's sake, why am I in here? But I was hungry. It was late night, and I thought, fuck it.
Yeah.
So I've got a fucking fuck nose, a Whopper or whatever, and a drink, and I've gone home. And I'm drinking a drink and I'm like, oh, what is that taste of, like mold, right?
Ooh.
To the point where you're feeling flowery, you know, like in your nose, like almost like dusty, and you're like, oh, fuck off. So you take another sip and you're like, yep, that's moldy. So you pour it out in a bin, you eat your food or whatever, and you're like, oh, please, God, do not let me get sick, yeah?
Don't give me that E. coli.
I could predict it, yeah?
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours, I started getting shivers, cold shivers. I'm thinking, fuck.
It's showtime.
Right? Cold shivers, started feeling sick, this ache over my head, like all of this shit, right? For days and days, and I'm like, it's that poison. It's called Pontius fever. So it's when there's bacteria in the machines and they're pouring the drinks or whatever, topping it up, and then you're drinking that, and it's pure just mold in your fucking system.
Yeah.
So your body goes into shock. And like, it lasted 2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
So here's what I did on the first night. I reported it to the alert. There's a thing you can report it. So if you get alerts to one of them people on your email, it says, oh, poison, like in this restaurant, this area. Yeah. That's what that is. So I just told them, it's to make the people clean their machines and to report it so no one else gets sick. Yeah. So that was fine enough, yeah. Don't tell me why Southwark Council wants to email me. So this is the Health and Safety Board, that when you go to past a restaurant, even McDonald's and Burger King, you see a green pasted sticker in the window with a 5 or 4 or 3, and it's green stars, and it's like health and safety. It's the local council have to do that.
The hygiene rating.
Hygiene rating. So that's them, and they want to contact me, right? Because they've seen the whatever, and they want to contact me directly to be basically my email. Say, I never contacted them, mind. They're saying to me, can we get like your whole day's routine of eating and drinking for 2 days or however long? Can we get your this? Can we get your that? Can we just make sure that you know that we've given this restaurant a 5-star hygiene rating? So I'm not quite sure that, like, trying to come at me, yeah, straight away, not being like, are you okay? Are you alive? But saying like, we've given them specifically a corporate chain 5-star hygiene rating somehow, and you're trying to convince me that when I sucked down that mold out of that Pepsi, that I was imagining it, or that it was some sort of like delusion. Do you know what I mean? And I said there was nothing wrong with the food, yeah. And I said, I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. I said this in the grandest and the smartest way that I did, without swearing or anything. But I basically said, what the fuck are you talking to? Who you talking to? 3, like, the fact you're talking to me about a corporation, $1 billion corporation that is known to have low standards when it comes to hygiene, when it comes to low standards when it comes to paying workers, when it comes to low standards about everything. There's people getting poisoned left and right because like there's millions of sort of stores everywhere all over the world. This is so normal, and you want to personally contact me, a health and hygiene board of the Southwark Council, when I contact me, waste my time and tell me I'm imagining. I'm here shaking and shivering, and you want to tell me, oh no, we didn't make a mistake over here.
Well, devil's advocate here. The perception would be, in essence, God forbid if you're complaining about the food. Now they've not drawn the line between the pumps haven't been cleaned and
and I said that as well. I said they clearly the pumps ain't been clean. It's not even a big like imagine. Your imagination doesn't have to stretch that far to know that they've left it there. When I went in, the people were yawning. It was 1 a.m, they were yawning, the floors were dirty, half the chairs were up, but it was late enough, it was staying up open late enough that people in eating and sitting down. I waited forever. The food wasn't that great, but the drink was mouldy, top down, up down.
You know what my saving grace was? My experience of that particular establishment has always been Just Eat deliveries. So the drinks was always the bottle drinks. There have been times where Anyway, I'm not looking to take on the might of Southwark Council, so I'm not going to comment on the
fuck themselves, because it's all about money, it's all about blah blah, it's all about context, it's all about how, like, it's just like, how are you coming to somebody who's a citizen in the borough and like coming at me like you're a lawyer for this corporation, that your main mission before you even ask about my health is that you make sure you clear their name and tell me that my experience there, that all I witnessed and all of that and experience was fabricated before you've even said hello.
If you dare open your goddamn
and I thought, that's like knocking my door and chatting some major rah in my face, and me just standing there and taking it, and I cussed him so eloquently to the floor they never even responded. But I know by law they have to go and do what they got to do for Burger King. They just wanted some sort of admission or me to be like some sort of cooperation. But if I read you the email, you would be like, what, bitch, what?
You can't say that.
You can't come at me like that way. That is insane to me. But yeah, that's basically my Vex segment.
Yeah, it's good you provided that. I mean, honestly, for me, it's in terms of my everyday life and experience, very few things actually get to me. I don't know whether it's bad or it's good, but the wall is so thick and so hard that nothing gets to me.
Yeah.
And anything to do with money is aggressively like addressed immediately.
Yeah.
Other than that, in terms of, I guess, personal, interpersonal, I'm really lacking right now. I'm very detached and not like in tune or
it's like workhorse, isn't it?
Yeah.
With blinders on, so you're just in and out, clock in, clock out, clock in, clock out. It's not.
There was a week recently where I don't think I got more than 20 hours of sleep.
Sure.
In that whole 7-day period, but
my brain falls apart after 24 hours. If I've been up over 24 hours, my brain starts to fall apart. Unless I'm doing something creative, then for some reason I can like be awake longer. But no, I can't be going without sleep like that. I just wouldn't survive. So kudos.
Well, listeners,
I know they ain't paying enough.
They're not. The
bills do those, but hopefully one day. So let's wrap up the show. Follow us on Vexxed Uncensored. That's Instagram, Facebook and YouTube now. So follow us there and listen to us there. Spotify, everywhere. So we'll catch you next episode.
Have a good week.
Happy Jubilee.